Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie back at you with another beer review. And what I'm looking at today is Corona Premier. Now, this product was released either in late 2017 or early 2018. I'm not exactly sure. Um, it is 4% alcohol, imported from Mexico, and it is currently a Grupo Modelo brand, which is to say InBev and Anheuser-Busch. It's 90 calories, 2.6 carbs, and 7 IBUs apparently. I may have had a single of this at my parents' house. My mother loves Michelob Ultra, and I think she bought a 12-pack of this when it first came out, and I think I tried one, but I don't really remember it. Just tasted like a light beer. So let's give it an official review. Hope everybody out there is doing well today. Just got home from a long day at work. Unfortunately, I missed out on the live examination of Ommegang beers on Thomas Metal 75, Eric Fraunfelter's channel. So shout out to you. Go check out his channel and his examination series on Wednesday nights. We all kind of get together and review different beer styles, different beer companies. It's a lot of fun. But unfortunately, I could not join tonight. So gave it a pour. It poured with about a 2.5 finger head, which it died down really quickly before I held it up to the camera. Super airy white head. The beer itself is a light golden color with some streaming bubbles going up the glass, but not really too many. Looks like your standard lager beer. All right, the aroma, or lack thereof. There's really not much going on here. Which 90 calories, 2.6 carbs, 4% alcohol. I mean, you're not really going to get too much with that type of product. It smells really light. Maybe a little barley malt, but that's about it. It is super, just almost non-existent in the aroma category. So I'm going to go ahead and just get right into this thing and see what we've got. As you can see now, the head has just died down completely. All right, so cheers, everybody. Really light. Although I do have to say that I am picking up more breadiness and barley malt on the sip with this one than I did with the Tecate earlier, which I got to say is a little bit surprising. Was not expecting that. So far, this one is better than Tecate. And Tecate is 4.5% alcohol, so it's higher ABV and a lot more calories too. I think 126 calories for that one. Yeah, there's actually a nice little breadiness in the middle of the sip. Not getting any hop bite with this one whatsoever. It is really crisp, clean. I mean, there's nothing off with this one whatsoever. It is super refreshing and sessionable at the low calorie, with the low calorie count and obviously the 4% alcohol. You could just, crush these all day, as the kids are saying these days. Very, very enjoyable. The finish is very dry, so you can just go right in for another sip, no problem. I mean, I could just sit here, I could chug this thing like you wouldn't believe. It's unreal how sessionable this beer is, but you can expect that with a beer this light in the calorie department. It's not as carbonated though as your super light beers like your Miller 64, which I haven't seen in a long time um, on the shelves, and the Bud Select 55. I don't think those products are selling too well, and those are like 3 point something percent alcohol. Those are a lot more carbonated, though. It's almost like, those are more like Perrier sparkling water. I mean, there's just no flavor really with those. This one is lightly carbonated. It does have some body to it. I'm picking up on some barley malt in the middle of the sip, a slight um, little breadiness, which is nice and enjoyable. Michelob Ultra has more flavor than this, though, and that is, I think that's kind of what they're trying to do with this beer, is to make a Mexican version of Michelob Ultra that might appeal to, to your Corona drinkers that want a beer along the lines of Michelob Ultra as far as the calorie count and the carbs. Um, but in my opinion, this doesn't have as much flavor as Mick Ultra. It is enjoyable though, and even with the can, for whatever reason, when I look at this can, it just reminds me of Michelob Ultra um, with the can design. But it is very enjoyable. Not really my type of beer. I mean, it's just too watered down for my taste. But don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing off-putting about this beer. Nothing wrong with it. And like I said, it does have some character to it. I mean, it's definitely super refreshing. Um, and in the southeast where I live, when it gets up to, you know, 90 plus degrees pretty much every day of summer, this will be an excellent beer to drink. Um, Although I'd rather still have a Guinness for an extra stout in the heat of the summer than drink this, but that's just my personal taste. But I digress. Anyway, one last sip, and I'll give you guys a rating. All right, it's a B. It's good. Um, I gave the Tecate an 83. This one is just ever so slightly better, but nothing to, write home to your mother about. I'm going to give it an 84. An 84 out of 100. Just slightly better than Tecate, which is kind of blowing my mind right now. Honestly, I thought Tecate would be so much better than this beer. It's not a light beer. It's a standard Mexican lager, and honestly, I find that the Corona Premier has more flavor than the Tecate, which is just mind-boggling. I'm wondering if they got some Tecate Light mixed up and put it in the wrong can or something. It's just unbelievable how light and watered down that Tecate that I had earlier was. This one is still very watery, very light, but there is some noticeable breadiness with it. It's a little bit crisper than the Tecate as well. And I'm just using the Tecate as a point of reference because I had one earlier, and that's what's coming to my mind right now. Um, so yeah, 84 out of 100 for the Corona Premier. If you like Michelob Ultra, I highly recommend that you try this, or really any light beers. I think you would enjoy this. Although if you're used to Miller Lite and Bud Light and you go to this, it might be a little bit too light for you because Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light have more flavor than this as well. This is more comparable to your Michelob Ultra, just with a Mexican theme, I guess. And a little bit lighter as well. The Mick Ultra is 95 calories, I think. So it's right in that range, but it's a little bit lighter. So anyway, that's enough. 84 out of 100, a good, almost solidly good beer. Probably excellent for a ultra light beer, really. But for me, it's just an 84 out of 100. So that'll do it for this beer review, guys. And until next time, cheers.